Content marketing is one of the most overlooked and underutilized recruitment strategies that exist in the marketplace. And if you look at what a lot of companies spend on advertising for new team members, recruiting, training talent, that entire process, the money that gets wasted in a lot of scenarios because they're just competing with everyone else. They're putting their job listings on Seek with all the other listings. People are shopping them based on what the package looks like. They're getting all these resumes they have to sort through. And if it doesn't work out, they've got to go through that process again. Whereas some of the companies that we've been doing content marketing for now, over an extended period of time, have built a brand and a reputation in their sector. People that are following along and watching have seen the projects that they're working on and what they specialize in, and are attracted to doing that style of work. They've seen the team, the culture, the energy, the vibe, the brand of what the business is like, and that's become more attractive than their current set of work circumstances. So if you're failing to bring parts of the company and the culture, what it's like to work there and behind the scenes to life in your content marketing, you're missing an overlooked opportunity that's very expensive for a lot of business owners that are building out teams. The flip side of that is if you're an employee, you can become much more attractive to companies to get hired if you have great content out there that does focus on your skill sets and what you're great at. And if you think about when someone goes or considers working for an organization, they're going to go check that company out. And what they find online, just like someone that's looking to engage a company as a client, is going to influence their perception and their decision and also their demands. And the same goes for a company that's hiring. They'll generally do a check on that person on social media, online, to tick a few boxes. So you can see how important content is regardless of where you land in the scheme of things. Now, in our agency, I can talk to this a little bit because the last 3 people that have joined our team have come to us. So we haven't put out any recruiting advertisements for at least 18 months now. Our last 3 team members have reached out to us because they've seen our content, they've seen what we're doing, and said, hey, can we do some sample work for you? And they've sent through examples of what they can do, and we've been able to look at that. And there's been some that we've said, hey, look, now's not the right time, it's not a right fit. But the last 3 people that have joined the team, based on that sample work and what they've sent through, have then been given a project by us to start working on, and then after successfully delivering that project, got a more permanent position. And the great thing about that is recruiting people with the certain skills you need, particularly as a content agency where you need editors and people that have particular talents, that can be really hard to generate through the vehicles that most people use, which is advertising the job position, interviewing candidates. Whereas if people come at you, sending the sample work, and you can have a look at that, you can immediately tell if someone has the skill sets that you're looking for, even if it's not exactly what you're after. You can see in the work what level they're at. And that's been a game changer and something that I can speak to, because that was always a problem for me initially when I went into business. How do I get the right talent? How do I get the people that have the skill sets that we need? And it seems to have resolved itself by showing up and being very visible with content. And I've spoken about narrow fields and specializations in other episodes, but 2 clients stand out in particular. One is our client Rail Confidence. They're a rolling stock engineering firm, so they specialize in trains. That's what they do. And being in such a narrow field and being one of the only companies in that space doing content, and they focus predominantly on LinkedIn is where they post, they've become renowned in their sector, and they're able to get top tier talent, which has actually increased their capabilities, because when they can get specialists in the rail engineering game on board, they're able to take on different scopes of work and projects that if they don't have that specialist, they can't handle. So it's really helped grow their company much faster. And then we've seen a couple of specialist trades that have really put themselves out there when most people in the construction space aren't doing a lot of content, aren't showing the crew, people on the tools, the faces, the personalities behind the business, and have had people that are no longer crunching them on that hourly rate. What are they going to get paid if they come and do that trade or apply their craft at that company, but wanting to join to work on those projects to get the working conditions, to join a team that's fun to work with and show up on the tools each day. And that's why I'm encouraging you, if you're a business owner and you are spending a lot of money trying to recruit and you're really struggling to find talent, you're doing the CCAD, you're doing all the job listings, you're going through resume after resume, you're getting people on the team, finding out that they're not a fit and then having to do it all over again, try doing a lot more content marketing, especially video, because video is where people get to see the personality. It's in real time. A lot of people are doing the visual posts, or it's photo and text. Anyone can do that. But when you're showing the different things happening behind the scenes, the people that are involved, and those personalities are shining through, and a little bit about what the day-to-day life is like, the culture, people start to feel a part of that. They buy into that. And then once you plant that seed enough and they see enough things that they like, that's when you become that destination employer. And ultimately, if you look at some of the biggest companies in the world, places like Google have these reputations of being amazing companies to work for. Even if you're in a very narrow, localized sector and your service area doesn't extend beyond a few postcodes, what if you could become that in that service area, where anyone that has the skill sets that you hire for knows your company, knows what you do, and you always have that demand to want to come and work. And that way you're going to save those thousands and thousands of dollars that get wasted on ineffective recruiting, and get to handpick who you need based on their values, based on their skill sets, based on your intuition and gut, and have people that want to work for you and they're not obsessed with their salary or their package. So that's my invitation for you. If you're having trouble recruiting or getting recruited, if you're sitting in the employee seat, even if you're a consultant, freelancer, advisor, a solopreneur that gets hired by clients, then this applies to you. You need to be showcasing more behind the scenes of what you do so people can see the scope of work. You need to be putting your personality out there. You need to be talking about the problems you solve, how you solve them, bringing yourself to life on social media. And when you become visible, people don't need to fill in the blanks. They don't need to guess. They can see that you can do what you need them to do. And it could completely transform your business. And you don't need to go over the top. You just need to start doing it at a predictable frequency. And as I mentioned on recent episodes, we've got the 30 days in 90 minutes content creation system. You can download that for free at contentonly.au. You could just run that system every single month, get a different team member or yourself, do that interview conversational style that you record, and then just get it cut into clips so people can meet different people inside the business, hear about what you do, what's going on, where the company's going, what the vision is, how it got started, understand the story of the brand and everything that's going on, and become a magnet for attracting the talent that you want. So I want to share that because it's a different way to look at content marketing. A lot of people look at it from the strategic side, the brand side, the client generation side, but overlook the recruiting benefits of having really strong content out there, particularly in that video format that gets people seeing you as that destination employer. So the invitation's there. Go get that system at contentonly.au if you haven't got started, or get a professional or someone in-house that can help you and get on the field, because the sooner you do this and you start to build a relationship with everyone in the social world, the sooner you'll start to yield crop and the fruits and benefits of this activity. So that's it. Make sure that you hit follow or subscribe if you've just stumbled across the show.